to do then? You know, there was nothing I could do, I felt. I tried, and everything I tried failed. But then one day I was at work, and I got a phone call from the Sumter Township Police Department. They were holding my son. He had discharged a firearm in a public place. He had actually bought a gun from a crack house. And so they told me that I needed to come and pick him up, and he was in a lot of trouble. And that gun that he fired, because it was a stolen gun, we had to wait for 2 weeks to see if it was used in any crimes, and if it was used in any crimes, he was going to be charged with them, whether he did the crime or not. And so that was a long 2 weeks waiting for that. But it came up clean. It was just stolen. You know, you can be thankful for those little things in life. But what that did is it started a journey for my son Brent, because I couldn't get him help because he wouldn't listen to me. But the courts were on his case now. So that was his higher power, is the court system. He could either choose recovery and straighten up, or he was looking at doing 9 months in a juvenile detention center in Detroit. We were living in Belleville at the time, so that's Wayne County. So he would have had to serve in Detroit. And we did have to go to Detroit for his court appearance. And he was the only juvenile that walked through those doors. All the juveniles that were waiting for their court appearance were already incarcerated. And so right there, I realized that he had already been given a big break in life, because they let him live with me. And so the judge saw that he had a drug and alcohol problem, and so she sentenced him to treatment. And a social worker came to our home and did an assessment. And she said that he could live with me as long as he stayed sober. And they were going to do spot checks coming to the house to see if there was any drugs or alcohol. And if there was any, whether it was his or not, he was going away. And he was going to go away for a minimum of 9 months. So I had to look at my using. And I decided I was going to give my son the best chance that I could. And I quit drinking. And I told all my drinking friends they could come over to my house, but they couldn't bring any alcohol or drugs. And none of them came over. That was the end of that. I didn't need to be hanging out with them anyways. So that started our family on this journey.